Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be sampling out the PPSSPP app that is available on iOS and Android devices. Now this app emulates PlayStation Portable games. Now, not the PlayStation Portal that's recently came out as early as 2 years ago. This is the PlayStation Portable. We're coming back to the console that was released in around about 2005, possibly 2006. It was around that time frame where PlayStation released the very first handheld console, and wow, I was blown away. Let's just take a little bit of a backstory. I was playing a PlayStation 2 at home. I was playing WWE SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. Absolutely blown away by the graphics. And then next thing you know, Nintendo announced a handheld console, which I believe was the Game Boy SP at the time, Game Boy Advance even. And they released a WWE game entitled WWE Survivor Series. As soon as I saw the cover art for that game, I thought, I want that game. I want that console. So, true to my word, I saved up the money with a newspaper round that I had at the time, put the money to one side each week, and then eventually was able to buy a Nintendo Game Boy SP. I bought WWE Survivor Series on the Game Boy Advance, and I was gobsmacked. I expected the same sort of gameplay that I was playing on the PlayStation 2 with Here Comes the Pain to be the game that I was playing on the Game Boy Advance. Young, naive me didn't realise the whole concept of graphics at the time, so obviously you can imagine my disappointment when it came to playing Survivor Series. If you've played Survivor Series, you'll know exactly what I mean. If you haven't, please do check it out, because that's what will make this video make sense. So anyway, a couple of months later, PlayStation released the PlayStation Portable, and I thought to myself, okay, let's just wait and see what happens. Next, there was a WWE game that was announced for the PlayStation Portable, and I thought to myself, okay, let's not bite the bullet like we did with Nintendo. Let's see what happens. And I remember visiting a friend of mine who had a PlayStation Portable, and he had SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Wow. I was blown away by the graphics on a handheld device. These were graphics that I was used to seeing at home on my PlayStation 2. The graphics were absolutely amazing for the time frame of when it was out. I remember sitting in the back of the car on a long journey. I believe I was going to Blackpool with one of my cousins. I'm sitting there with my Nintendo playing Survivor Series, and he pulls out this PlayStation Portable, pulls out SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, and I don't think I even cared much about my Nintendo at the time. I just sat there literally watching him play this WWE game in the back of a car with graphics that I was used to seeing on the PS2. I was absolutely blown away. So, I have known about this app for some time. I've actually known about this app for many years, but it's only become recently that Apple have removed the ban from emulations being held on the iPhone devices. Now, with me having an iPhone 16 Pro Max, I thought to myself, you know what, maybe we can try the emulations again, especially as I've got 1 terabyte of storage on my phone. So you can imagine the amount of space I've got, plenty of space for ROMs, emulations, etc. I've got Game Boy games, Nintendo games, N64 games, Dreamcast games. I've got endless ROMs on my phone as it is. So I thought tonight I would try out the PlayStation Portable one. And the first game I came to wasn't quite SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, although I do have that on my phone. I decided to come to WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, which I believe was the very last game to be released on PlayStation Portable that was under the WWE banner. I could be wrong, so I will double check that, and if I am wrong, I'll hold my hand up and leave a message in the comments, obviously just to state, you know what, I was wrong, but I do believe it was 2011. And I thought, what better way to have a match on the emulation station than to have John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, just a simple one-on-one match. This was very, very hard to play using the phone. As you can see, we do have on-screen buttons. It was a little bit of messing around trying to get used to the buttons for a little while. Even now, on a touchscreen pad, it's still quite awkward to play. But I do have a Bluetooth control pad, and I will be trying that again tomorrow when I link it to my mobile phone. I'm going to try and play this game using a Bluetooth control pad just to see if it's a little bit easier to use with an actual control pad than it would be the on-screen buttons. I don't rate these on-screen buttons, but at the same time, I'm not going to speak bad of them. I mean, as you can clearly see, I'm playing the game, and I've actually just won the match. I've just won the match using the on-screen buttons. John Cena defeats Cody Rhodes on SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 in the year 2025. But listen, thank you very much for watching this video. I will do another video in a couple of days' time where we link a Bluetooth controller to the same game, just to see whether or not it makes that much of a difference. I honestly believe it will. But thank you very much for watching. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, leave a notification, and I'll get back to you soon. Thanks for watching.